Okay, so today I have been brainstorming in the studio, sort of trying to figure out what my next piece of glass will look like, my next couple pieces of glass actually, because they do take a little bit of planning. And as I was looking at this piece that I think my mom did, or her friend Julie, like it's this really cool piece, and it's maybe hard to see with the camera, but what they have done is taken all these different layers of little pieces of glass and melted them together, and when the kiln gets hot enough, it starts to sort of move amongst itself, so you can kind of see how all those jagged pieces became these little explosions of color. And so what I was thinking about is a couple things. I asked her, first of all, what happens if you, and I'll explain this real quick too. So there's another process by which you can take glass and, what is it called, Mom? Is it called pulling? Combing? Combing. So there's this other process by which you can sort of take glass in strips, is the way she's done it mostly. And so you take the glass, you put it in strips, and then you pull something through it. So I believe, did you use metal on this one?
Yeah.
So she used metal to pull it through, and so you just take the metal while it's molten hot, while it's in that like 1600 degree range, and you pull it through, and you can kind of see the design it makes is really cool. Well, so of course, you know me, I was sitting there going like, okay, what else could we pull through the glass? What else could we use? And would it leave a remnant, right? Because I feel like sometimes things move through us, or sort of sharply, or change us, or when we're in those really sort of volatile situations and things move through us or happen to us, there's always a remnant of that. And so, using metal is great, but it leaves no trace. And so I was like, what if we used a piece of glass to pull it through? And my mom was like, well, I think it would shatter. And then as I was thinking about that shattering process, I was like, that might be something interesting to play with. What if like we did kind of like a grenade, like a glass grenade? So get it up to 1600 degrees and then throw in some glass and see it explode and see what happens.
Keyword there is explode.
She says the keyword there is explode. And I was like, can I get physically hurt? And she was like, yes. And I was like, okay, noted. I will try to be careful. But that's the way volatile situations are, right? So when we have these crazy situations, for example, internationally, when we have these 1600 degree places and we're like, oh, we know what to do. Let's throw some soldiers in there. That's a great idea, right? And war ensues. Or various other political situations, I mean, right? Or even just relationships, right? There's so many things, I feel like there's all these metaphors in the glass for that. And so I'm interested in doing that. I was playing with the idea of maybe doing the piece in camouflage, like making this part of it look kind of like camouflage, and then to throw in maybe some opaque red or something very, very.
How about safety pins with your razor blades?
Ooh, I like it. To throw in something very sort of opaque and bright, to see what would happen. So that's an idea I have. Okay, so we'll pause here, and I'll talk about something else that I'm working on.